Are you bound by your choices or that of the societies? Were you forced to hang on one, or you have understood to abide by the obligations? Assalamu alaikum. Learning to adapt to one of the easiest yet controversial laws set up by the Almighty in today's episode of I Believe. O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the women of the believers to bring down over themselves part of their outer garments that is more suitable, that they will be known and not be abused, and ever is Allah forgiving and merciful. The main reason why I've recited this verse in the beginning of the show is to make it clear that these wordings are not mine and are commands by the Almighty. Humans were created of free will, but there are certain laws and guidelines set by the Almighty which should be followed by the believers as it is declared fard in the Quran. Now, there's a big difference between adapting to a law according to a situation and abiding by them as they are obligatory on us. A believer will have to oblige by the rules set by the Almighty because it's the first basic pillar of Iman. That means we have no choice in this scenario but accept all the matters that the Almighty has commanded us to do, and amongst the many others, hijab is one of them. The Arabic word hijab comes from the root word ha-jim-ba, which means to cover or conceal. I have grown up in a household where none of us were hijabbed or veiled, to be very honest. When I saw my mother wearing an abaya for the first time, I did find it strange, but I don't think my father objected to it, as he always allowed us to be who we are. In one such incident, when I was accompanying Ammi to buy a new abaya, the different varieties and designs attracted me towards it, but I was still not ready to fit in there. So I started off by wearing a scarf on my head with different colored outfits. It was in 2013 when I joined my Tajweed and Talim al Quran courses that everything just changed and forever, Alhamdulillah. Over there, I saw beautiful girls speaking fluent English, well educated, belonging from well to do families. Some were married while others weren't. They were as normal as I was, but the fact that made them a step ahead and apart from me was that they were all hijabbed. They were following what the Almighty had commanded them. This was something that fascinated me and made me realize that despite being so pretty, so talented, they've decided to cover their aura only for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These girls are none other than the sisters in Deen that I refer to as my own. Even after so many years, we stay in touch, share each other's problems, share so many emotions together, and love each other only for the sake of Allah Ta'ala. There was a period when I was actually torn between two feelings. The first being, what will people say? Or, log kya kahenge? How will I be able to show off my new beautiful outfits, my branded accessories? While on the other hand, I felt desperate to cover myself up as soon as possible. And it's needless to say that my mother did the rest of the job, although she never forced me but made me face the beauty and importance of being hijabbed and breaking all barriers. I went all covered from head to toe, Alhamdulillah. There was a beautiful feeling from within which can never be expressed. That you won't be worried about your appearance, that you'll be far safer and protected than you were before, that you'll suddenly become special wearing the hijab as a crown placed on a queen's head. Once you've agreed to your Lord's command, you will never worry about what other people think about you. I remember the first time a cab driver asked me, how do you wear this in this humid temperature? And without even giving a thought, I replied back by saying, I am doing it for my Rabb. Another point which was and still is a taboo, especially referring to the situations that I have faced, is that they find English speaking veiled ladies or girls to be from an unknown planet. They have a perspective of their own that Muslim women are really oppressed and backward and have no choice of their own, and hence they are forced to cover themselves up in the modern forward thinking world by orthodox Muslims of the society. I, being a Muslim, speak English, attend seminars and classes. I teach children, publish videos, pray to my Rabb for every little thing, fulfill my religious and worldly duties. Despite all of this, I breathe, eat, walk, and laugh as you all do. I love to write and speak in English because my parents have spent their hard-earned money on my education, and I don't think just because I wear a niqab, this universal language should be banned for people like me. To be the first in my family, I'm proud to say that I stay hijabed even in front of the milkman and the courier boys who visit our place. I've stopped displaying my outfits in public as I stay covered even at my relatives' gatherings. At 40 degrees Celsius, when I travel with my mom, we both stay covered and tolerate the humidity and heat, humbly waiting for the coolness of paradise as a reward. In a world where being half covered is preferred over being fully covered, a society which finds women to pay compensation to cover themselves up, a law which is skipped or condemned in the name of women's rights and feminism, while the truth is that all those condemning themselves belong to a community whose tradition screams orthodoxy. Those who believe in the Almighty and His Messenger and the day of resurrection would understand what fulfilling the duties mean. With due respect to those who do not cover themselves up, whatever might the reason be. If there is a verse like Rahafid there is no compulsion in religion that they use in their defense. There are also various commands by none other than the Almighty who wants our chastity, modesty, and respect to be preserved. Whether one should cover the face and hands as well is a debate that can be considered later on. Why discuss something which creates confusion and differences while the focus should be on the commands ordained by the Almighty? I pray that we be granted the guidance to the straight path in order to secure a place in Jannah. If you like the video, do share the contents and help me spread the word. Stay happy and stay blessed until we meet again. Thank you for watching. I believe.